Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do another recipe with freeze-dried Wholesaler's food. Today we're taking a look at how I make some cilantro lime grilled chicken. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So one of the reasons that I'm showing you more of the freeze-dried food lately is because we're starting to see a lot more countries limiting their food exports. Now, as far as chicken goes, yeah, you can get chicken anywhere, but there are other items that are being limited, and I think now would be a good time for you to start thinking about stocking up. We have a bunch of different countries that have limited their exports, and they've led to a 9% increase in the prices of food in general, wheat, products like that. We already know about the rice issue in India and all that. So I think it's a good time to start thinking about, A, stocking up on food, and then when you get it, B, how to use it. If you guys remember during the pandemic, a lot of folks were like, well, shoot, what do I do? I got all this canned food, and I got all these raw ingredients. How do I cook? So it's a good idea to get started and start thinking about some recipes that you may be able to use for yourself in your home and get some food going. So what we're going to start off first is I'm going to season this chicken. Now I have hydrated this chicken. That's from there. I have hydrated it. Okay, it's all hydrated and ready to go. And we're going to just season the food. Basically, this is going to be a mix between the cilantro lime taste and some of the other items we're going to put in there. So the first thing we're going to do is start with salt and pepper. Real easy. And again, I'm just going to kind of do this quickly. I might touch it up after the video is off before I put it on the grill, but you get the idea. A little bit of paprika. You don't want to go too nuts, depending on how hot you like things. I'm just going to put a little all over everything. And I have 3 pieces of chicken in there. A little bit of chili powder, again, to taste. I'm just going to put a little in my hand there because I don't want to scald myself. I do like hot food. I just don't want to give myself a little heartburn. And a little bit more on that last piece at the bottom. Now when I'm done, I'm going to mix that all around in there. A little bit of minced onion. I have used a regular onion, sliced onion, doesn't matter. I like the taste of the minced onion a little bit better when it cooks. And basically, that's what you're going to season it with. So what we're going to do next is make up the marinade and put this in a bag and let it sit for a little while, and then I'll bring you back when we grill it. All right, so I mean, you can do this in the same thing your chicken is, and I decided to put it in a mixing bowl just because it'd be a little bit easier for me to mix it all together and show you what it looks like. Now, I don't do exact amounts on this. I kind of do this to taste. And if you don't like cilantro, you can do this with basil pesto. You know, that would work really well too. Same ingredients, just use basil pesto. I use these guys here, okay? Not when I'm cooking fresh food, but when I'm talking about storage stuff, I have a small freezer that I can pretty much power indefinitely with solar, a small fridge. So I keep a bunch of these little kind of things in here. And they're a whole lot easier to deal with, you know, when it comes to emergency use. So what I'm going to start off with is a little bit of olive oil. And I don't really go nuts with it. Again, it's all just kind of eyeballed here. If you want to see how much I used, you can take a look here. Because remember, we're only doing 3 pieces of chicken. And the olive oil kind of gives it a good way to hold everything together. And I'm going to squeeze in my cilantro, a little bit on each side. Again, just 2 squirts you can see in there. The garlic, I'm going to do 1 squirt so I don't kill people with garlic. I know this isn't exact science, but when you're out cooking somewhere, this is kind of a handy way to do it. I forgot to take that top off. There we go. So I'm just going to do 1 little squirt on top there. Okay. And lastly, this is really according to you and how you like things. I usually do about 2 tablespoons of this. I'm kind of just going to guesstimate today because I didn't bring out my measuring spoons. I do about 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And again, you can switch this around with lemon too. So there's your marinade, all right? You can see how easy that is to put together. You could do this by a campfire, out in the woods. You could do it in the middle of a disaster. Really simple marinade. Nothing difficult about it. So we're going to stick the chicken that's already been seasoned in. Now you'll notice with freeze-dried chicken, the pieces will tend to break sometimes. No big deal. Still tastes good. No real issue. We're just going to stick these in, and I'm going to put it in my fridge for about, I don't know, about a half an hour or so. Let it marinate, and I'll bring you back when it's ready to go. All right, so we've let that sit for a while. It looks like it's ready to be put on the grill. Now, I have not fired this side of the grill up yet, so we're going to see how it works. I have tested this. Works great. I'm not even sure if the igniter, the PCO igniter, will do it. So I'm going to move that bag of freeze-dried Wholesaler chicken out of there so it doesn't light up. Let's try it out. There you go. It is grilling. That is awesome. Cool. All right, so we're going to let the grill heat up a little bit, and I'll bring you back when it's ready and hot. And then we're going to try out grilling on this Coleman Instastart grill stove. And we're going to try out my recipe and see if it came out as good as it normally does. All right, so it seems to be warm enough. Now, I did clean the grill off with just a little bit of oil and a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of paper towels. It seems to be doing just fine the way it is. But I haven't used one of these before, so we'll see. Now, when you're grilling inside or cooking inside or whatever, be sure to have adequate ventilation. I have 2 side doors open. I have a fire extinguisher over there as well on the side there, so everything's going to be good here. I just don't want you guys to get carbon monoxide poisoning. So here's our first piece, and like I said, it will crack on you. Just the way, the nature of freeze-dried food. Whew! And there we go. Got that olive oil going. All right. I will bring you back once we have a little bit of grill and a little bit of grill marks on these, and we will see what we got. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. It smells amazing, by the way. All right, see you in a few minutes. All right, so it's time to flip them. Perfect grill marks on that one. There we go. Very simple, easy to do recipe. Doesn't really take a lot of time. Isn't very overly messy or anything. Very easy to do. I want to take you up and take you a look at that. Look at that grill. Seems to work very, very well. So let's give it a little more time on this side. Let it finish up. I am going to turn it down even a little bit more. There we go. And I think we're doing just fine. So I'll see you in a few minutes. So while we're waiting for this to finish, I did want to let you guys know that if you are new to the channel and you haven't watched before, my link down below for freeze-dried wholesalers will save you 15%. There are no codes. There's nothing to do. You click the link, shop as you normally would. When you get to checkout, you'll be able to buy whatever you want, and you'll see my little discount up in the corner for 15% off. Now, if you're buying one bag of thing, it's not going to save you as much money as if you're buying larger amounts. Like I've told people, I've had people email me and say, hey, I saved $400 or $500 off my order thanks to your discount. So if you're going to do a bulk order, definitely remember to use my link. I think we're about ready. A few more minutes. I'm going to kind of turn it off and just let them sit for a while. I'm going to turn it really low and let them sit for a while. And I think we'll be good to go in a little bit. All right, so I think we're pretty much done here. Look at that. That came out amazing. And I will admit to taking a little piece and trying it. It's really awesome. All right, here's a piece back here. So let's cut a piece of that off there and give it a try. And see how we like it. All right. Best part about this stuff is once you hydrate it, it's so nice and tender. Really good. Okay. There's a little piece of chicken. Sorry, I was off camera there. Man, that is good stuff. That just came out so darn good. So yeah, that is absolutely awesome. I know what I'm having for lunch today. And that's as simple as that. There's no real heavy tasting to this. It's not like a heavy taste of cilantro or a ton of garlic. The idea when you're making foods like this is to kind of, as strange as this sounds, lace them with flavor and not overpower them with flavor. And it really is that simple. And freeze-dried wholesalers gives you the stuff individually so you can make your own food and you don't have to rely on what somebody else put in a bag for you. So I'm definitely impressed with it. I'm going to put it over here where it's not hot. Definitely impressed with it. Came out really good. Clean up on the grill should be fairly easy. I'll wait till it cools down, wipe off that grill, and put it away. So the grill works, and my recipe came out awesome. I have made this before. In fact, I've actually made it during a ham radio field day, and it was a big hit. But I made it with regular chicken breasts and not freeze-dried chicken breasts, so came out pretty darn good. And I used 3 of the breasts out of there, so I still have 3 more in here. Definitely a good deal, and that's about it. So, folks, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, click like. You know, right now, preparedness type channels, for some reason, we all seem to be not getting a lot of hits, not getting put out there, I think. I wouldn't say shadow banned. I'm not going that far, but and to help us all out, and that's all prepper channels with the algorithm, don't forget to like or leave a comment. It really does help us out. I know my freeze-dried wholesaler videos don't always get a ton of hits because I'm cooking and some people aren't interested in that. But just click like or leave a comment or something like, hey, that looks good, whatever. Definitely helps us out. Anyway, folks, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check all our links down below, as well as our freeze-dried wholesaler link that saves you 15% on your order. All you have to do is click the link, shop as you normally do. When you get to checkout, you'll see your savings at the end. And our Amazon affiliate store, that store down there has most of the gear that I use in the channel. Some things, I don't have this in it, obviously, because I bought this from a friend, but most of the stuff I use in the channel, some of the gear I review. If you don't want to buy any of that, just click that link and always shop using it. It won't cost you anything, and you'll really help us out. We do appreciate when you guys do that. Helps you bring more content and more cool gear. Underneath that is our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Don't forget that. We got lots of deals going on there. And lastly, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Definitely check them out as well. I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go have some lunch. Stay safe and stay prepared.